I have to ask, how big a deal is it? When you first heard all this stuff, it's been everywhere, that, well, LeBron hasn't talked to Luke Walton. Is that a big deal, or is that just nothing?
It's a major deal. I actually think Luke has done a really good job. One of the hardest things to do in the league is to develop young players through the draft, like we saw the Golden State Warriors do and become a championship-level team, and to get a team to play hard every night. And he actually was able to accomplish a little bit of both with that team. But for Luke, he wasn't hired by Magic Johnson. He wasn't a part of the recruitment of LeBron James. So you know what that means? He's on the clock. And he's going to be evaluated by everybody that I just mentioned and on whether he can now take this team to the next level. So I don't think he's shaking in his boots that he hasn't talked to LeBron James, because if it doesn't work in L.A., he'll get another job. But they will be evaluating him, and that's what happens when you are the head coach, but your boss didn't hire you.
What do you think?
I mean, that's kind of a bummer, because obviously he loves the fact that he has that job, and the idea that you would potentially lose the job for reasons that are completely outside of your doing. It has nothing to do with the job you've done or the quality of your work. It just has to do with timing and personnel. It would be the first time that a coach that LeBron didn't necessarily want around was told to leave, but I would hate to see it happen.
Well, look at the history. You got David Blatt. That didn't work out. Out he went. Eric Spoelstra, when it appears there was friction between LeBron and Spoelstra, Pat Riley stepped in and said, stop everything here. This guy's going to be the coach. You're going to play for him. I don't know if Magic Johnson will take that tack with Luke Walton or not.
Right.
But so I do also think that it is at least a little bit of a big deal. And so I started thinking, well, people will say, well, maybe LeBron's just been busy. Maybe he's just been too busy to get in touch with Luke Walton.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, that doesn't really make sense. Let me provide for you a list of 5 people that we know LeBron James has spoken to since he came to the Lakers. Number 1 is Magic Johnson, and that obviously makes all the sense in the world.
Important.
Magic is the president of basketball operations. He had to talk to him to get that done. Number 2 is Kobe Bryant.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, sure.
I can see that.
Kobe said on Stephen A. Smith's radio show, right, we talked last night, the night that the deal got done.
They're best friends.
He talked to Kobe Bryant. Okay, who else? Number 3, he's talked to Ced Ceballos. We know he has talked
That's a big deal.
to Ced Ceballos.
Necessary.
Right, we saw the report. He reached out to ask if he could wear the number 23, so that's good. Number 4, he has talked to Clipper Darrell. We know that Clipper Darrell went on Twitter and said, LeBron James called me, and that's what brought him over to the Lakers.
And he was trending for 24 hours.
He really was.
So LeBron had time to talk to him. And then at number 5, Beadle's sea captain friend.
Yep, that's the friend.
So
Roberto. That's,
Beadle,
that's, by
who
the way,
is that guy?
For the sake of record, that is not what Roberto actually looks like. We just used it to hide his identity because, he's there. Yes, my friend Roberto, who is the captain of a boat out in Amalfi, has been around LeBron and been witnessing them at lunch and whatnot. And, yeah, he's had convos.
So he's had conversations.
We actually have photographic evidence.
Really?
That is Amalfi. That's Positano. And that, by the way, you're familiar with that spot.
I'm familiar with that spot.
It's only been a year. Yeah, that's a lunch spot there.
This time last year, we were there.
So there you go.
Isn't that fancy? But here's the point, is that LeBron somehow managed to have time to talk to Beadle ship captain friend. What did we say his name was?
Roberto.
He's chilling with Captain Stubing over there in the Amalfi Coast, and he's talking to Clipper Darrell about coming on over to our side, but he doesn't have 5 minutes to call up Luke Walton and say, hey, what offense do you think we should run this year?
And we know he talked to Jeannie Buss, because she's the owner of the team.
We could have made it a list of 6. How about Jack Nicholson? You think he's talked to Jack Nicholson? Ice Cube? Has he spoken to Ice Cube? He's a big Laker fan.
It seems like
Denzel, has he talked to Denzel?
Denzel's a big fan.
All those other frauds who sit there at all the Laker games just trying to get on TV that stopped going when they stink, and now all of a sudden they'll all be there again. So
Jack
you tell me.
Jack was still there.
So he's got time for all of that. He doesn't have time for Luke Walton. I don't know if I'm Luke Walton.
This does not look good.